Oh my shit. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to the RDA. Welcome to the RDA. Latest on Frenkie De Jong is the headline, and Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United. Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United. What a deal this would be if we pull it off. What a blockbuster deal this would be if we pulled it off. And yeah, I'll be giving you the lowdown on the story. And I can imagine most of you who are clicking into this video have an idea what's going on here. I'm pretty sure you've read about the story on Twitter, somewhere on the internet. But for those of you who've been living under a rock, I shall give you the lowdown. I shall give you the origins of the story. And this broke about 2 days ago, with a Gerard Romero tweet, with him basically saying next season there's a 95% chance that Frenkie De Jong will be at Manchester United. And the internet exploded. The internet exploded. Manchester United fans ecstatic but cautious. Ecstatic but cautious because, wow, what exciting news. We could have Frenkie De Jong coming to this Manchester United. What? We didn't know we still had the pulling power. We didn't know, But we were very cautious because we know the nature of transfers. The transfers. Now, one thing one day and a different the next day. So we waited to see, what the story would develop into. And of course, as hours went, as the next day came, the credible journalists came out. Romano, Lackest, Rob Dawson, basically saying, you know what? Caution. Caution. There's some truth to the story, but let's practice some caution, And we'll start with what Romano said. Romano came out and saying, yes, there has been contact from Manchester United to Barcelona about the possibility of Frenkie De Jong joining Manchester United, but still in the early stages. 1, 2, the only reason Barcelona want to do this deal is for financial reasons. If they need the finances, if the finance situation is still a bit bleak, and they need to sell their assets in Frenkie De Jong. That's the only reason why Barcelona might want to maybe are considering selling Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United. And you also go on to say that Champions League is a priority for Frenkie De Jong. Not very good news for us, And that second part would then be supported by Rob Dawson, who would say a similar thing. Say there is an interest, there's a potential, but a big problem, and he would emphasize that a big problem for Manchester United in this deal is that Frenkie De Jong wants to play Champions League football, which I guess it makes sense. Not I guess, it makes sense because he deserves to be in the Champions League. He's of that standard, And we'd also have Samuel Lackest coming out saying, United, yes, are interested. They're weighing up. That's the word he used. They're weighing up the they're weighing up the possibility of Frenkie De Jong coming to Manchester United. So basically, the credible journalists will come out and be like, chill. Don't get ahead of yourself. It's not that far as we make it sound. It's not 95% to be there. And I kind of feel like Gerard Romero would kind of take offense to that, because then he'd come out and be like, oh, I didn't say it was done. I said 95%. 95% doesn't mean done. He'd come and say, I didn't say it was done. I said 95%. So I'm saying there's a very good chance, but not that it's done, And he'd say, but with that, I believe that there's a very good chance that Frenkie De Jong will be, will be Eric Ten Hag's first signing. He was like, it's your choice to believe me or not, So yeah, there's a whole thing, and then there'll be a lot of other conflicting articles. There was some Spanish article where he's saying Xavi has sanctioned the deal. There's something, it hasn't happened, so it's just been all over the place. Which brings us to now, the point of this video. What are the latest in this in the story? What's going on right now? What's been reported today? And we shall start with an article from Barcelona Universal, and they're getting the story from Mundo Deportivo, which is quite reliable Spanish source when it comes to Barca, or the Spanish team in general, And they're basically saying that now Frenkie De Jong is happy at Barcelona. He's very happy at Barcelona. He has a good relationship with Xavi. He's been talking with Xavi, and neither one of them want Frenkie to leave Barcelona, And, yes, maybe finances might push their hand, but Xavi is going to fight to keep him at Barcelona. And contradicting the other Spanish article, which said Xavi has sanctioned the deal, they would say Xavi has definitely not sanctioned this deal. He wants him to stay at Barcelona, which kind of dampens the mood. Like, oh, okay, that seems like it's a setback. That was the first real setback on this deal. It seems like it's not going to happen. But wait a minute. A few hours later, we have Samuel Lackest basically saying that Erik Ten Hag has talked or has contacted Frenkie De Jong's agent and to see if there is potential in this deal and to see if Frenkie De Jong is willing to come to Manchester United. And on top of that, there's been numerous players saying that it's a financial thing. It's a financial thing for Barcelona. Financially, they might need to sell Frenkie De Jong. So it's all over the place. It's all over the place. I feel like there's a bit of credibility on both sides, So I guess the question now is, do I think this deal's going to happen? Do I think Frenkie De Jong will be at Manchester United next season? The thought is incredible. I'm already having montages in my head of Frenkie De Jong passing to Bruno, passing to Ronaldo. I'm already having montages in my head. But do I think this will happen? And my honest answer, I don't know. I really don't know. I think we look at Gerardo Romero, very credible. So the fact that he's come out with it, one, and two, that the credible journalists in Romano, in Dawson, in Lockhurst have not outright denied this. Clearly there's something there. Okay, there's something there, and the similar themes to what they're all saying. Romero is saying it's a 95% chance. And then the others are saying caution, but Barca might do it because of financial reasons. So what we're getting there is that there's a possibility in all of them, what they're saying, if you read between the lines, there's a possibility because Barca need the finances, but it's not an outright done deal, So yeah, I think it could go either way. And I feel like, for me, another important thing, which I feel like some people out here are neglecting, is the fact what Rob Dawson said: Champions League football. Champions League football. He wants Champions League football, and that's something we can't offer him, So I think this deal, I feel like hinges on two things, really. One, how desperate are Barcelona for money? What how desperately do they want to sell Frenkie De Jong? Which it makes sense, maybe they want to rebuild their team. They want a good amount of money. What's the best asset? It's probably either Ter Stegen, which I saw a bit of a story about that, but it wasn't really anything credible, or Frenkie De Jong. So if they want to rebuild their team and need money, selling Frenkie De Jong makes sense. As much as it's a tough one to swallow, something they might want to do. So it hinges on that. One, two, it hinges a lot on Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag is very important for this deal because he wants Champions League football. He could be like, okay, if Barca wants to sell me, if it's a really that big of a financial problem, then I'll just go to a Bayern. I'll just go to a Man City, who reportedly have a little bit of interest as well. I could just go to them. But, if Ten Hag's like, dude, chill, I'm your guy, under me, you'll be playing, the football that you played at Ajax was under me, the best football of your career was at Ajax and was under me. So chill, come play one season, and I promise you, if we're together, by next season we'll have Champions League, If he can convince Frenkie De Jong that next season he'll have Champions League in just one season, and that's worthwhile, then yeah, if those two, if they have a financial problem, if Ten Hag can convince Frenkie De Jong, if those two marry, then there's a good chance De Jong could be at Barcelona. It could be at Manchester United next season. But, that's a big if. So I'm not going to try and make predictions, All I'll say is that I think this Champions League thing should not be written off, and I think it might be a problem for us. But let not be a David Downer. It'll be a fantastic signing. It'd be a fantastic signing for him to come to Manchester United, So hopefully, I don't say hopefully Barcelona have deep financial problems. I don't want to say that. Yeah, I don't want to say that. But hopefully that side kind of works out, and hopefully he is taken by the fact that he'll be playing under Erik Ten Hag again. So yeah, that's the latest on this deal. Fingers crossed. I can imagine it's gonna drag. Like every big transfer mentioned, it's gonna drag. So yeah, but that's the latest on this deal, and hopefully it happens. Our next story, just briefly, is on incomings in terms of Eric Ten Hag's staff, his coaching staff, and we have officially, I don't think the club hasn't announced it, but reports like Romano have announced it, and that means it's done. We've officially signed Mitchell van der Gaal. Mitchell van der Gaal, who is currently Ten Hag's assistant at Ajax. So I guess that makes sense. That means that he's going to be, unless something unexpected happens, he's going to be his assistant at Manchester United. Which is a plus. It's very encouraging. And on top of that, there's very credible stories, even from Romano, saying that Steve McLaren will be following suit as well. And why Steve McLaren is the question I want to know. Hence, I googled it, which is a shame because that means I didn't know that Steve McLaren was Fergie's assistant. I didn't know that, but now I do. Don't judge me, So Steve McLaren was Fergie's assistant, so that is the Manchester United connection to Steve McLaren. 1, 2, he worked with Ten Hag at FC 20, I think, or 20, something like that. He worked with Ten Hag at a different club in the Eredivisie. So Steve McLaren was in charge there, and Ten Hag was his assistant. So now it's going to be the other way around. So yeah, clearly it marries. He's a good relationship with Steve McLaren, and Steve McLaren has a link to Manchester United and English football. I remember him. I think he coached Newcastle. I might be wrong. Correct me in the chats, in the comment section. I'm wrong, but I think he coached Newcastle. And to be honest, I just remember him being a nerve-wrack on the touchline. I won't lie to you, but yeah, I'm losing myself. Yeah. So Steve McLaren coming to Manchester United to work with Erik ten Hag. There's a link there, and Mitchell van der Gaal coming to Manchester United to potentially be Erik ten Hag's assistant, which makes sense because he's assistant now at Ajax, which is great, because under Rangnick, there's been a lot of stories about how Rangnick has not gotten the team he wants, and for all we know, if if Rangnick had gotten the assistants, the coaches that he wants to help him, we might be in top 4, So things like that should not be happening. And come on, when a manager comes to a club, he needs his coaching stuff. He's not freaking God. He needs that help. He can't do everything. So I like that. We're moving quickly. It looks like we're moving. It looks like we're moving quickly. Hey, I will not let United dupe me. They've duped me enough in the past. But it looks like we're moving quickly. We're bringing in his staff. We're looking at signings. We're looking at De Jong. And a lot of other rumors, which we'll cover in a different show. But today, I think I've covered what I want to cover. So yeah, it looks like we're moving swiftly, and that's a big positive. But yeah, that is the latest news. De Jong, guys, what a signing this would be. Yes, I know there's talks like, is he a DM, is he a DM? You just go watch De Jong. Just go watch De Jong. Then after, I don't have to tell you to go wash your mouth. You go to the bathroom, get some toothpaste and wash your mouth. Because you've sinned by doubting De Jong, But yeah, I think it's been a good show. And please subscribe and I'll check you next time.